All right, guys, welcome back to part 6. We got the F430 here, manual conversion underway. Last video, number 5, I think I showed you how to install the clutch pedal. So super exciting. We got 3 pedals in the car now. So in this episode, we are going to get these cables in, and even more excitingly, this glorious gated shift gate is going in. So yes, I am super excited. This is going to be an awesome video. So preemptively, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, since we both know it's going to be great and helpful. And thanks. I mean, just look at this thing. Click, click. Oh, yes, nice. Firm shifting. Press down on this guide to get it into reverse. Yes. Oh, God, glorious. Okay, enough playing. Let's get to the work. So over here on the passenger side, right behind this thick bundle of cables, we should see a plastic plug down there. Yeah, pull these cables out of the way. It's easy to see. We got a plastic plug, and all right, so I'm just going to, with one hand, hold this thing out of the way, and another hand, get a flathead screwdriver behind this thing and pry it out. All right, this is kind of ridiculous. These guys did not want that thing accidentally falling out. Still fighting with it. You know what? I was just like, screw this thing. Let's give me the biggest screwdriver I have. This'll do it. Get out of there. Come on. You get out of there. Jeez. All right. Gotcha. All right, let me show you this monstrosity. Woo, yeah. All right, shift cable time. So we can see here that one of our cables is blue at that end. This is the end that's going to go into the hole. These are the ones that are going to attach to our shifter. So they put a little blue tape on the one that's blue, because it's not blue when it comes out on this side. And the blue one is supposed to go on top. So we have a little plug here. It's going to go back to replace the one that we pulled out, so we don't reuse the one we pulled out. So I'm going to take these bags and stuff off of here, and we're going to start feeding that into the hole. All right, per the instructions, we're going to take a little bit of lithium grease here, and I'm going to lubricate. So you see that these go through this rubber boot. So I'm going to lubricate inside these holes a little bit, but also on the cables themselves, so that they can slide through freely. And then I'm also going to lubricate this edge here where it fits into our hole to make it easier for when we reinstall that later. All right, so I just hit it with a little silicone there. We're gonna slide this back and forth, get it lubed up. All right, we got the heat shielding pulled back so that we can just get the heads of these cables into this hole first. So these are obviously really thick and just barely fit through the hole. So we'll stagger them so that they can go through. So we'll go blue first, since he seems to be the longest. And there are 2 holes, not just this one hole. There's another hole that's offset a little bit in the back, so they have to kind of go through at a little bit of an angle to get through both holes. So I'm just going to lift these up out of the way and go under there. Number 1 into the darkness. So just feel around until he goes through hole number 2. Oh, there he goes. He's in there. Now we'll take Whitey and follow the same path. So, yeah, so not a whole lot of room, just barely enough. There she goes. All right, so it would be nice if we were on the lift right now, but we're not. So we can look under the car. We can see those cables coming out. So you can see there are some hoses that you have to make sure that it clears, and you just got to get them all the way through. All right, I'm lucky enough that I can just barely reach my arm. My arm's long enough I can reach it down there from under the car and mess with this thing. But you can see here, the reason I think it's stuck is because that second one is going under that hose, which is making it go at a sharp angle, whereas the first one went over that line. So I'm just gonna tuck that up over that line now. Yep, that's all it took with that adjustment. I was able to grab this guy and keep wiggling it, and he finally went in nicely. So now I can feed this through, carefully feed these through without damaging the heat shielding. Word of caution about lubing this ahead of time. I guess you either have to spray it and lube it in the car or use some other lube, or be careful of this touching your carpet and panels and stuff, or it'll get your lube on them. All right, now to get our cables up here where they need to be. So let's see, this stuff we're gonna throw over there out of the way for now. This guy we'll put over here. Not gonna need those plugs anymore. This is for my radar detector that I don't think is working. I think I'm just gonna tuck that back under there, but I'm gonna clear this space out. I think I'll clean this off. It looks kind of dirty. So these 4 holes here are where our shift towers sit. So I just need to remove the parking brake because our shift cables are gonna run underneath it so that they can enter cleanly into our shift tower. So these are just 13 millimeter bolts. So just gonna undo this one, that bolt over there. We got one down here in the middle, just to remove this. All right, sneak through here. All right, each bolt here has 2 washers, like this. And in case you were wondering, like I was, yes, you can leave your parking brake engaged and remove this. So you really just need to tilt it up a little bit like this to slide the cables under. Well, I tried cleaning it a little bit. Turns out it's not really dirty. It's just weird and rough. And this is like a piece of tape covering a whole opening here, which is interesting. Anyway, I'm just gonna pick these guys up and tuck them under here like so, and then we'll just bolt this guy down in place. So you're just supposed to make sure that this blue one is to the left and on top when it comes down here. All right, we got our tower here. These are the parts that were clipped onto it. I think these are sections of rubber hose that will help us align it. Oh, these are, I think, the 2 blanks to replace our paddle shifters. So we'll remove the paddle shifters and put these blanks on the steering wheel to get rid of those. Hardware to mount it down, and mystery little velvet bag. Shut up. Oh, a little mini gate. Oh, keychain maybe? Knick-knack? That is sweet. In my mind, this was $12,000. The rest of the kit only cost me like $3K. All right, this big guy comes through the hole on the left right here. That hole is not big enough to fit this thing through, so we just unthread this guy and remove him, put the cable through, and then put this back on. So just a little jam nut here to undo. This one should fit through the hole. And the guy that fits through is gonna go right here. So there's just a washer, or a nut, sorry, that we have to remove. Okay, he is spinning freely, so I need a probably 4 millimeter to hold the bolt while I remove the nut. yes, the 4mm, and we got a washer, a second washer, and then 10mm nut. All right, I'm just gonna leave this off and loose until we get the tower all installed, just so I can reposition these if I need to and don't put any undue strain on them. So first, I'm gonna remove this knob. Just use two 10mm wrenches to separate that thing. Now I'm gonna go ahead and insert these into our shift tower. All right, we got them going in like this. So the bottom one is gonna go on here, and the top one I'm gonna screw back on there, and it's gonna snap onto that ball right there. So they recommend using some special grease stuff. I looked that stuff up, and it seemed a lot like dielectric grease to me. So you only need just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna put a little bit of dielectric grease in both of these ball joints to help them be lubricated. All right, greased that guy up some and inside of here. So there's no real instructions on the assembly order. So I'm going to put him here. And I'm gonna put the large washer on, the small washer, and the nut. The instructions really just say not to over tighten that, or else it's gonna be hard to, it won't return to the center position automatically by itself. So if you're noticing that, maybe you over tighten that. All right, got him back on. Put a little dielectric grease in there. And so supposedly we just snap it into place. All right, just took two hands, a little bit of force, and he is now assembled. All right, each of these bolts in the kit have one lock washer, one regular washer. So let's bolt them in here into place. Line this guy up. Ooh, what the heck? Oh, interesting. Mine has a little plug in there. Yep, they all had these plugs. I guess it kept the paint and crap out to keep the threads nice. So that was nice with them. All right, these bad boys are 6mm. So we gotta get those in. All right, so the instructions do say that there should be a little bit of play in the eye left to right here. So if you tightened it so much that you have no play, then it's overly tightened, I think. The last step in these, they don't mention this in the instructions, but you got to connect these somehow. So you just push them in here all the way, and I assume once they're in far enough, there you go. Once I get them all the way in and seated, this will be able to slide over it. Yes, okay. And we'll press that down. And it'll lock him into place so he does not slide out. Now the kit comes with 4 of these, 2 for the front, and then we're gonna use 2 in the rear on the other end of the cable. All right, you're gonna push those down until they snap. They should come all the way down like that. And now we can go ahead and reinstall the bolts for our brake. And it says to leave this loose and not reinstall the plug yet until we do all of our final adjustments. All right, and for our final trick, it took me a while to find it, but if you look under here, we have a reverse switch tucked away, which conveniently, the reverse switch from our tower comes right down here. So let's just connect those guys. Guys, look what we did. Look at this. Oh, push down, over, reverse. Oh, yes. Oh. All right. What a glorious conclusion to part 6. All right, I'm gonna stop there for this video. I hope you guys have been finding this useful. Please give the video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. It really does help the channel, especially if you leave some comments.
Tell me if you're following along. Tell me what you like. Ask questions. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what you've done before, etc., etc. All that good stuff help the algorithm. So I really appreciate it. It's been a fun project and happy to put this together to help you guys out in the future if you're ever doing one of these yourself. So stay tuned for the next episode coming up soon.